and welcome back to my channel. My name is Celeste and I make videos revolving around vegan and cruelty-free makeup tutorials and reviews, sometimes conversational videos. So today I'm going to be talking about a subject that I've had a lot of thoughts about, and after being involved in the beauty community, I feel like these groups need a little more light shed on them. Not that they have to, but it was a while before I started getting into these kind of groups that helped ease my mentality when it came to the beauty space, and I'll explain exactly what I mean. So a huge thing that I think beauty revolves around is actually consumerism, and I think that it is a huge element inside of the beauty community because we're literally making a community based on product. And companies love that. They love a community based on product because, you know, they can constantly come out with new ones, or they can make money off it very easily. And I feel like, especially in this space, we are constantly having things shoved in our face when it comes to advertisements, when it comes to the people that we watch. It's just the nature of the community. That's all it is. It's not inherently bad. It's just very easily to be manipulated and used in a way to make money. So I feel like these groups and genre of video that I'm going to explain kind of helped my headspace a lot, and I feel like it was a long time before I actually found these groups and this genre of video that actually helped my headspace, and I thought, well, I should make a video on it, so just in case anyone else is kind of struggling with these feelings, then maybe they can find these groups, maybe they can find these videos, and that can help them as well. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and actually get into the video. So I'm going to first talk about the panning community. And if you don't know what the panning community is, it is basically a group of people who really enjoy using product. And what I mean by that is they actually like to reach the pan of the product, and they like to finish it, or even foundations, lotions, products, like even nail polish. And what I love about this, I love this for two reasons, because I feel like it's a direct like push back on consumerism, on companies. Instead of going out and buying a product, you actually stop buying this specific type of product so that you can use what you already have. And I feel like it does a couple things when you do that. It normalizes old product. When you're on social media, when you're watching beauty gurus, you're constantly seeing like new shiny packaging, or you're seeing pictures of new products, and they are advertising these things as the best things in the world, that these are going to change your life, that it's amazing and you need it. And so when you go ahead and after seeing all this all day, you go to your own product and you're like, oh, this is old, I already used this, I don't need this anymore, there's no purpose for it. I need something new in my life to make me happy, to satisfy me. And so I feel like these panning communities really show you these new products, or these older products, in a new way, and it makes it okay to see these products in your own collection. It makes it okay to want to use it. And so I feel that it normalizes older products, and it's very good. That way you don't feel like you have to go out and buy a new thing every, 2 weeks. If you see me looking over, I'm just looking over at some notes that I have. I also feel like there's more of a genuine nature. There's more of a genuine nature when it comes to panning, and what I mean by that is a lot of the time we can go online and we can see videos such as full face new PR, first impressions, those kinds of videos. And I'm not saying anything bad about those videos. I'll explain later about that, but you'll see these kinds of videos talking about PR and new face, all that kind of thing, or even reviews. And you'll have beauty gurus or people doing reviews. They use the palette once or twice, and then they do a quote full review, telling you how they like the product and recommend it to you. I feel like using a product once or twice and then doing a full review is not really genuine. I'm sure they don't do this purposely, because I understand that people are attracted to newer things. That's how the culture has evolved that way, and so we flock to new things. However, it's not really genuine, because I don't feel that using a product 2 times is enough to really gauge how you like it, the texture, how it behaves under other products, that kind of a thing. Whereas if you're getting a review from someone who has panned something or has used something to its entirety, or enough so that you actually see the pan in the bottom, or it's used a lot, I feel like you're getting a way more genuine, authentic review, because I'm going to 90 out of 100 times prefer someone who has used a product that much to someone who has used it once or twice and giving me a full review. So I really enjoy the panning community because of these reasons, and I feel like it's just really good to learn about this community. I feel like it can help a lot in those ways. Now, let me go back to what I was saying, that I don't really blame YouTubers for gearing towards this kind of style of video, where they do full-face new impressions, where they do a full-face PR, that kind of a thing. Now, like I said, these videos are click-worthy. I fall for it. I want to watch, I want to see what's new and cool, that kind of a thing. But I also understand that along with it being more click-worthy, and I'm not accusing people of only doing it because it's click-worthy, I also think that it is time-consuming. It's very time-consuming to go through product and then do a full review on it when someone may have already done it and they're gonna get their video watched more quickly. Whereas if you release your video reviewing the product a week later or even a month later, you're probably not gonna get as many views. And so I can understand that also from a perspective of a creator. They need, when something comes out, it's first come first serve kind of a thing, which is why sometimes people get PR beforehand. And that's why when I do see YouTubers who go out of their way to actually revisit older product when there are newer products coming out, and they could be, making crazy views off their newer products, they actually go back and they revisit their older products and reuse it. And I actually, there are 2 YouTubers that I've seen this consistently do this. I'm sure there are more, but the ones that I watch, there's Beautykristy. She's amazing. I really love her videos, and I've watched a couple of them where she'll go back to her older products and reuse them and, kind of say, I kind of forgot that I liked this, that kind of a thing. So normalizing using your old products. And then juicyjas on YouTube as well. I love her videos, and she also does the same thing where she'll go back and use older products and kind of talk about what she liked about it, that kind of a thing. I really love those videos, and I love those YouTubers. So something I would suggest to YouTubers that maybe feel like they don't have enough time to be making these kinds of videos are maybe they can do a full first impressions and release that video, and later on kind of do a an update video, or even update on other social media that they have, like update on maybe Instagram, because I know a lot of YouTubers also use Instagram in they use it together with YouTube, and so they could go on there, maybe do a small update, or do a whole dedicated video. Hey, remember these products that I used as first impressions? Well, here's how I feel about them now. And doing a kind of update like that, I feel like would be really nice to let your viewers know how it wore, instead of just a first impressions where you use it once and give your full review. So those are kind of suggestions that I have, and maybe engaging in a pan project, that would be cool too. Yeah, so that is the very first community that I want to talk about. And now I want to go ahead into my second genre of video. It's not a community, it's more of a genre of YouTube video that I have seen, and it is actually anti-haul videos. If you're not familiar with what an anti-haul video is, or what anti-haul videos are, they're basically when the person making the video is kind of, instead of talking about all the products that they got, they're talking about products that they don't want, or if they do want it, they talk about why, the reasons that yes, it's nice, but why they don't need it. And they also help the viewer, like, hey, this product is exactly like the product that was released from this company a year ago, so you don't need to get it if you already have it. Or you know, just kind of helping curb the craving, I suppose you could say. And there are a lot of reasons why I love anti-hauls. Again, it's a hit against consumerism. It's telling them, I don't need to buy every single product that comes out. I don't need it. If it's very similar to a product I already have, I should just use that. If I already have 20 blushes in coral, maybe I shouldn't get a 21st blush in coral. That kind of a thing. I also feel like something that I see a lot of, I see flooded, is products that are exorbitantly expensive, and we are told that we need to pay that amount for quality. Now, this especially makes me frustrated because there will be, I'm going to name out products that I think are ridiculously expensive and that don't need to be. I feel products like Louboutin lipsticks. I feel products that like eyeliner from Tom Ford that's like $40. I feel like Pat McGrath shadows that are literally in the hundreds, or in the 100 region. No palette should cost that much. It's insane. I think that when these companies put exorbitant prices on product and then other people defend these prices, or like Natasha Denona shadows, even her shadows are very expensive. I feel when people defend these prices, they're defending companies that are making millions off pigment. I understand makeup is beautiful in a way. It helps you create art, and yes, types of pigment are more quality and maybe do deserve to be more expensive. However, things that are that expensive in the 50s and the hundreds, I think that's just insane. It should never reach that price. And I feel in the beauty space we can kind of defend these prices and say, well, you know, the texture, the blendability, all those things, we might be able to defend it. And I see that a lot in the videos that I see. I don't want to say that YouTubers are losing touch with reality, but sometimes to a person who's working 9 to 5 and they see someone advertise to them an eyeshadow palette that is very expensive, I feel like it's kind of wrong to advertise that. And I feel like in the anti-haul space, a lot of the time, someone that I watch a lot is actually Abby Williams, and she kind of brings it back to reality. Yeah, that is an expensive eyeshadow palette. Don't worry, you don't need it. Or yes, that eyeliner, you're right, $40 is way too high for that. And they kind of bring it back to reality. Yes, this is expensive. You don't have to feel compelled to buy that thing. And that's something that I feel anti-hauls do really well. They kind of bring back to reality. They tell you the things that you need, you don't need another of. Excuse me, I'm scrolling down here. And I just feel like it can be kind of confusing, and marketing and people you trust telling you the same thing can make it very confusing to figure out what you want or what you need or what's going to work well when we're just flooded with so many products and marketing all the time. I would suggest watching anti-haul videos that are not so in your face and negative and more conversational, and maybe someone who can be lighthearted and funny, which is why I know I sound like I'm plugging her so much, but Abby Williamson, she is so funny and stern when she needs to be, like, hey, you don't need it. You don't need it. So I really enjoy her content, and it's the person I would suggest starting out with. I don't think she's the originator of anti-hauls, I'm not too sure, but she's definitely someone that does them, and I watch her specifically for that. Okay, and now moving on to the third and final community, and I feel like it helps a lot with thinking about where your products come from, as well as fighting against consumerism, and that is the zero waste community. And so zero waste does not exist exclusively in beauty, in the beauty space. In fact, the zero waste community is actually a community that exists to combat waste. And basically, what they try to do, it's basically a movement towards less waste entirely. And, you know, there'll be people that will go out of their way to buy reusable containers to put food in, so they don't have to buy plastic and that ends up in landfills, or they buy only biodegradable contents, like maybe cardboard, things like that, or paper. And so I think that the zero waste community is really helpful when it comes to anti-consumerism, because it makes you think more about what you're buying. You aren't mindlessly buying things, you're kind of thinking, well, I wonder what went into this to make this. I wonder what kind of waste I'm making when I'm buying this product. And I wonder what I can do to maybe lessen my impact, or lessen the amount of products I buy, or lessen the amount of waste I make. And I really enjoy, I haven't yet found a YouTuber in the zero waste community that I click with a lot, but there are plenty that I do watch just because I like to know what kind of products are out there that work with zero waste. I like to keep updated on it, but I haven't found anyone that I click with too much. That's another hope of mine, is that by kind of acknowledging these groups, maybe more people that were thinking about making videos surrounding these things, maybe they'll come out of the woodwork and create more content around this, or maybe people will jump onto some kind of social media and get involved somehow that way. I'm getting off topic, but that is why I love the zero waste community. It makes you think more about what you're buying, no more mindless consumerism, kind of thinking more about it. And I also feel like with the zero waste community, there's another large pillar in it that helps a lot, and that's actually helping businesses see what impact, or well, I know companies don't care. Most larger companies don't care about the amount of waste they're making as long as they're making money. And so if they see that the public cares about waste, if they see that the public cares about the impact that they're making, they're going to change the way that they package products, they're going to change the way that they make products in order to ensure that people will buy the product. And so if they see people moving in this direction, they're going to move in this direction to follow the money. And so seeing people having this maybe in the back of their mind could change the way that companies look at it, and maybe, you know, make a whole movement and make packaging a little more eco-friendly. And I do see that more often in the beauty space. I feel like there are a lot of positive changes happening when it comes to many other areas in beauty, but anti-consumerism is one that we're flooded with, and I feel like these communities can really help with. So that was my last community, and I just wanted to say, you know, if you found anything helpful from this video, if maybe you learned something new, please tell me in the comments. If you guys think that if you knew about any of these, this genre of video, if you guys knew about anti-hauls, if you knew about zero waste, if you knew about panning, if you didn't, if you even care, if you plan on maybe looking it up on Instagram, following a hashtag, maybe looking up some of the YouTubers I suggested, and anything at all, please tell me. Oh, if you know any other communities that are like this that I don't know about, I would love to know it, and just let me know down below. And if you found this helpful at all or enjoyable, please hit that like. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy content like this, please consider subscribing. I will make more content revolving around beauty community and also, makeup tutorials, makeup reviews. I post every single Friday of the week. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.